Doug paused next to Liza's chair and laid a hand on her shoulder.
"Slumming again, I see."
Liza rolled her eyes. Doug had called her English since the day they'd met. Much to Liza's disgust, he'd mistaken her English accent for Australian. She had forcefully set him straight, and he'd never let her forget it. She looked up at him now, her smile deceptively sweet.
"One has to eat, and the food is passable here."
"Passable?"
Doug nodded and pulled a chair over from a nearby table.
"Well, Your Majesty, I suppose I should feel privileged that you honor us with your presence."
"I said the food is passable. That doesn't include the company."
"Ouch."
Doug looked at Melanie.
"Is she including you, or am I the only derelict here?"
Melanie dropped the menu on the table. Take no notice of her. She's spaced out on the smell of spring. Liza frowned at her.
"I thought you were on my side."
"I am, so behave." Lowering himself onto the chair, Doug laughed.
"Nothing I enjoy more than two females fighting over me."
Liza gave him a look that would have stopped a charging rhinoceros.
"Don't flatter yourself. No man is worth fighting over."
Deciding it was time to change the subject, Melanie turned to Doug. "We didn't see you at the town hall last night. Were you there?"
"I would hope so,"
Liza put in.
"After all, most of the townsfolk were there to hear what the mayor had to say about the new arcade. It got pretty contentious, too, with so many for and against the whole thing."
"I know, I got there late."
Doug's grin faded.
"I still can't believe the committee is actually going to vote on that damn arcade. They should have thrown it out the moment Northwood presented the idea."
Liza nodded.
"I have to admit, building a games arcade in the middle of town would change the face of Sully's Landing forever. I read somewhere that Jason Northwood plans to put in over 100 video games and pinball machines."
"That's not all,"
Doug said in a gruff voice with disgust.
"He's planning a full-service bar, trivia nights, host DJs, game tournaments, and, believe it or not, a rock band karaoke."
Melanie stared at him in dismay. "That sounds terrible." Doug shrugged.
"If it was in Seaside, I'm sure it would be welcomed with open arms. It's that kind of town. The visitors who go there would love it. But, like so many of the residents said last night at the hearing, this isn't Seaside. This is Sully's Landing, and people come here for the peace and quiet."
Liza nodded.
"It's a unique town, with a character all its own, that's for sure. It's on such a beautiful part of the Oregon coast, and you won't find lovelier natural scenery anywhere."
"It's the small-town atmosphere that sells it. No fast food or drive-in restaurants or noisy music blaring down the streets."
Obviously warming to his subject, Doug picked up a fork and started tapping it on the table.
"It says right there in the comprehensive plan for the town that commercial amusement activities are prohibited, which is why the Planning Commission and the city councilors are voting at the end of the week. If they agree to change the clause, then the arcade project will go ahead."
"Well," Liza said, "you're on the Planning Commission, and I know you'll vote no, and surely the rest of the committee will too. They all love this town as much as you do."
Doug sighed.
"Maybe they do, but Jason Northwood is a hard-nosed businessman and usually gets what he wants. Paul Sullivan will most likely vote yes, since Northwood will be leasing from him and paying a good deal more than the tenants there now. His wife will probably vote for it, too."
Liza nodded.
"Brooke Sullivan would vote for anything that means more money for her."
"Even if it means destroying part of Main Street."
Doug shook his head.
"Foster's Bakery and the two stores next to him will have to be torn down to make room for the arcade."
Melanie's cry of dismay mingled with Liza's shocked,
"Bugger!"
"I can't believe Paul would get rid of the bakery." Melanie shook her head. "It's one of the main attractions here."
"Well, since Sullivan owns the town..."